When figuring out the amount of rock quantities for a project, it is important to consider both the amount of rock and the different sizes you will use as well. We recommend using a mix of 3 different sized boulders, which we'll walk through in a little bit, plus the gravel. This will help create a more natural looking water feature. By using an equation, we can get close to the number of boulders we will need to complete a pond project. First, we need to figure out the square footage of the pond by multiplying the maximum length by the maximum width of our water feature. This will produce the square footage. Once we have the square footage, we simply divide that by 40. Based on our experience of pond installations, dividing by a factor of 40 produces the appropriate tonnage of boulders for an average sized pond. All of this is based on working with a 2-foot deep pond. If the pond is either shallower or deeper than 2 feet, then the equation will not be as accurate. Now let's look at the different sizes of stone that we use. It is important not to use all the same size stone when you're building a pond. In order to create the most natural effect, a variety of different size stones should be used. This will help avoid a man-made or retaining wall look to the edges and shelves. Once we have figured out the tonnage of boulders that are needed, we split up the rocks into 3 different size categories. Our small boulders are between 6 and 12 inches in size. Our medium-sized boulders are anywhere from 12 to 18 inches, and our large, 18 to 24 inches in size. We'll go larger, however, for your one-day typical backyard pond, we're not going any larger than the 24-inch size boulder. We split up these boulders using a ratio that is 1 to 1 when ordering. Let's pretend I need 4 tons of stone. This means my ratio will be broken up this way. I'll order 1 of the 6 to 12 inch, 2 tons of the 12 to 18, and 1 ton of the 18 to 24. This way we get more of the medium rock, but enough small and enough large rock to break up the look. Now if I need more stone, I just run through the ratio again. If I need 8 tons of stone, then I'll order 2 ton of the 6 to 12. I'll order 4 ton of the 12 to 18. And finally, I'll order 2 ton of the 18 to 24 inch. Now let's figure out how much gravel to use. Calculating the amount of gravel needed in a pond is simple. All we do is take the tonnage of boulders from the previous equation and multiply it by 30%. This will give us tons of gravels that we need. Just like the larger boulders, using one size of gravel can end up looking unnatural in the pond setting. To achieve the most natural look, we recommend using the mixture of 3/4 inch all the way to 3-inch size washed round river gravel. The advantage of this gravel is that it comes in a variety of colors and has smooth edges that will not damage the liner. Now most ponds have a stream that falls into it. So here are some more calculations that you might need. Boulders in a stream, you'll need 1.5 tons per 10 feet of length. Still, wanting to use the 1-to-1 ratio to break up the look. And then it's the same calculation for gravel, boulders times 30%, breaking up the size of the gravel as well. Now, you may have a biofall as well that starts your stream off. So the mini or the signature biofall filter, also known as the 2500, would require an additional ton of stone to cover the face of that. If you have the 6000 biofall, then you are going to need an additional 1.5 tons to cover the face of that. And if by chance you're using the Grande biofall for your project, then you're going to need an additional 3 tons to calculate the amount of stone for that. For any larger ponds, please contact our tech department, and their phone number will be listed at the end of this training session.